What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Truth Addiction. This is the channel that deals with the disease of addiction and all the ways it manifests itself. I am your host. This is my channel. I am a recovering addict and my name is Brian. You know, I just wanted to do this video, man, and just show some appreciation to the people who've been watching. And just let y'all know a couple things, right? Because, you know, I just had looked on my YouTube and I just seen like today we ended up with 300 subscribers, right? I got to that 300 mark and it's only been about 2 months. And, you know, what's amazing to that is, you know, like 25 of those people are like family and friends that I asked to subscribe. And the rest, you know, are just people who have been watching the channel as it's been organically growing, you know what I mean? And I'm still trying to learn what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to get better with thumbnails and titles and all this stuff, right? But for me, at the end of the day, what's most important here is to carry that message of recovery. And that's what we do here. My whole goal is, the reason I even started this channel is because I'm tired of the high volume of deaths due to overdoses that are occurring in this country anymore. Fentanyl and other things are just destroying the people that I care about, people with the disease of addiction, right? And it's got us, man. And a lot of us, too many of us, are dying. We hit over 100,000 last year. That number is going to keep growing. And that is a lot of freaking people. Especially considering it ain't like, you know, there's that much of the country who actually has a disease of addiction. It may be 10 to 15 million people, depending on where you look for the numbers. I usually look on the CDC website, and they seem pretty close. That number seems pretty close to me. So you figure if there's about 10 million people with the disease of addiction and over 100,000 people are dying, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of friends and family who are devastated. If you think about that, that one person that died, how many people's lives that affects, their kids, their mom, their dad, their grandparents, their co-workers. It's just too much, man. Now, I am in a 12-step program, which is what this channel promotes. I do not in any way, shape, or form promote any particular 12-step program, right? You will not hear me building up a particular anonymous program. But what I will do is build up the fact that I believe that 12-step recovery, whatever that anonymous program you need, whatever one you can relate to the best, because there's a lot of them, man. You know what I mean? I believe that is the best way. And if I had to put my opinion on it, I would say the only way for an addict with the disease of addiction. Now that's up to you to decide whether you have the disease of addiction or if you just have a substance abuse problem, you know? Some of us, things just happened. Maybe we went through a divorce, maybe a child died, maybe a close friend died, maybe we lost a career, whatever it may be, and it drove us to the bottle or to the pill or to the token of whatever it was we were token. That's a substance abuse problem. I'm talking to the people that actually have the disease of addiction. People who have done that, right? And then got clean a little bit maybe. And then went back and did it again. And then just keep going through this vicious ass cycle of just doing drugs against their own will. Being powerless over it, right? There's no choice involved. We just have to use. And it's devastating. And I know a lot of the world sees people like me as I do have a choice. Like when I was in my active addiction, if that guy just wanted to stop using, he would just stop. But like most people have no idea what it's like when your brain just keeps telling you, just do it, do it, do it. And it doesn't matter who I hurt. And it's a sickness. It's absolutely a sickness. So this channel is for the people with the disease of addiction and the friends of those people and the families of those people who come across it, so they can try to understand what's going on in our heads, right? Because for all addicts, we get to a place of recovery all different ways, but there's an exact nature. There's the same basic reasons of why we get here. Even though the path we took may be different, the friggin' destination was the same, because the same thing is occurring in our brains through our drug use. And shit, if I'm being honest, even before the drug use. Some people debate it was there when we were born. Some people debate it was caused from our years from 6 months old to 5 years old, where a lot of, as a human being, a lot of our personality traits and everything are made. They say something like 75 to 80% of who you are was created from the time you were 6 months old to the time you were 5 years old. That's some crazy shit. Who knows whether you were born with it or it came? It damn sure don't have nothing to do with the way you were raised. Because I know people that were born and raised in awesome environments, great households, great parents. And I also know people like myself who were raised in a drug-fueled environment, right? You know, I don't want to say my mom wasn't great, but she was an addict herself. I didn't realize that then, but I know it now. And it was a devastating childhood. So my point is, it doesn't matter. This disease does not discriminate. So it damn sure ain't got nothing to do with the way you were raised. It has everything to do what has happened with our brains. And that's why I do this channel, to let people understand that if you have the disease of addiction, it takes more than just trying to not use a drug, because it's all inclusive. And that's why I start out every video, every interview I do with another recovering addict, when I say the way the disease manifests itself, all the ways it manifests itself. Because there's a ton of them, bro. You got, I mean, just to name a few, you got shopping addiction, you got alcohol addiction, you got drug addiction, you got overeaters addiction. I mean, dude, the list goes on. They got one, bro, for people that clutter too much. There is a clutterers anonymous. People who are just powerless over not cluttering their house. I mean, so it's that real. So I try to focus on the drug part. And when I say drugs, I mean them all. Alcohol, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, meth, you name it. I'm talking about them all. So I try to focus on that, because it's like, it's one symptom of many, but it is the most obvious symptom. And it's what gets us into recovery, is our insane use of drugs, our active addiction. For a lot of us, man, we don't get out of it and we die. And today, nowadays, more of us are dying. So anyway, I just wanted to put this out there. Thank you for all those who have subscribed. We made it to 300, baby. You know what I mean? That's a big deal for me. It's a small niche. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, so I'm going to keep those interviews coming. I'm trying to come with some other couple ideas. I'm sure y'all seen some of the goofy ass videos I've done already. I try to keep it all recovery related, you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, we get serious here and we talk real shit, but we also needed to keep, we need to keep it light here too. Because there are some funny shit that goes down with active addiction and through recovery, right? So with that said, man, just remember this. The disease of addiction, it's broad and it's outside of the realm of just using drugs. Keep coming back. More will be revealed. And if nobody has told you they love you today, let me be the first. I love you.